Welcome back to the 1111 Synchronized broadcast. Welcome to all the new people. Welcome back to the returning guests. How are you? Everyone just take a deep breath. Breathe it in. Breathe it out. Yes. Welcome back, guys. How was your break? How was your Selah? How was your extended vacation? How has this quarantine / post-haste been going for you? How is everyone out there? It feels good to be back. I've definitely enjoyed my extended break and it was needed. And I'm ready to go, ready to talk about new topics, ready to have some new features. So what would you like to hear? I'm interested. Let me know. Send me a request, DM me, fax me, text me, email me, however you feel the need to reach out. Please hit me up. Let me know any topic requests. What would you like to hear on this new season? Season 6, y'all. We are renewed for a new season. Please feel free to subscribe, leave comments, leave reviews, leave a star rating. All is appreciated. And thank you all for listening. And you can hit me up on Instagram at Agent K21 Podcast or on Instagram and Twitter at Agent K21. Find me on all the social media platforms. Let me know what you want to hear. Let me know if you want to be a feature. Let me know if you want me to give you a plug, a shout out, however. Feels good. So I hope everyone is doing well and safe wherever they are in the world. There's a lot of stuff happening, a lot of energy shifting, a lot of things clearing, making space for the new, out with the old, in with the new. So, it's all about to get real exciting for this second half of the year, second half of the broadcast. And we're talking about freedom today. You know, my initial plan was to do this on the 4th of July, which was a couple days ago here in the American country. But that didn't really happen. So here we are, still keeping it going though, because freedom is not just set for one day. Freedom is our innate right and is our birthright. And for so long we have felt stripped from our freedom. People have tried to tarnish it. People think they can control it, etc. But let me remind you, we are all free. And we can choose how we want to deliberate that freedom and how we want to celebrate it. So I know there's a lot of people who may or may not have celebrated the 4th. You know, we just had Juneteenth. A lot of things happening. There's still protesting, rioting going on in the street. There's still no justice being served for the murders and victims of police brutality. There's still all these things happening in our country, you know. And this is not for a political debate or to create any more false separation, but it's to realize that we are all united and we are all searching for the same things, right? We are all made of love and we are all here to love and give love, receive love, and we are also here to be free. So anything that tries to bound you to any situation, any limited thinking, go on and toss that out because we are free. And there's been a lot of planetary shifts going on. So we just had a major closing of a chapter of 3 eclipses for the month of June and July. And the final one was on the 4th. And along with the full moon ushering in those new manifestations that were gravitating towards us. So there's a lot of stuff shifting, you know. All the planets were aligned on one side of the sun at one point. So there's a lot of things going on. And just remember, the universe is always for you, never against you, you know. So any growing pains you feel, any stagnation that we may feel, is all here to just surface and release and take us to the next level. And if you're going through a painful transition or just having any type of battles, inward, outward battles, external battles, financial circumstances, anything like that, just know that it does get better. Keep your head up, keep moving forward, and celebrate your freedom. So when I say freedom is our birthright, we are born in this world free. We are not consumed with the falsified ego, right? Our fake personality. We're not adjusting to any circumstances. We just are here and we are perfect as we are born. And we know that deeply in our souls, we know that. And through our human conditioning, we forget that. And oftentimes we have to lose ourselves in order to find ourselves, to find out who we truly are, to find out our purpose, to find out our passions, to find out what we're here for. And along that journey, we may discover other people who have bargained their freedom away may try to convince us to do the same. Or people who have felt that they weren't allowed to have their freedom may try to convince us to do the same. So a lot of times these isms such as racism, sexism, all those kind of isms that create this separation is an illusion. Because at the end of the day, we're all one. We're all the human race. We're all souls from distant places, right? And remembering that no one can take from you what you have. So no matter how many people try to lock you up, throw away the key, or try to imprison your mind or your body or your spirit, we don't have to give them that permission, because we are truly free. And once we embody that freedom, we simultaneously release other people from their bondage and their prisons. And the worst enslavement is mental enslavement. So let all the captives be free. Let us remember that deeply and truly. And a byproduct of freedom is independence. When we can be independent from other people, from other people's thoughts, from other people's circumstances, when we find that independence, when we can stand on our own feet and say, this is who I am, this is what I am going for, this is what I stand for. If you don't stand for anything, you'll fall for anything. So once we really take ownership of who we are and define our own reality, I'm always so thankful for all the people who have paved the way for us to be right where we are. This is not by coincidence that you're here at this time. This is not by accident that you're listening to this right now, because we are here for a reason, and we're here at this crucial time for a reason. And all those people who paved the way, who gave their lives and sacrifices that were made so that we could have the freedoms to be ourselves, to love who we want to love, to march how we want to march, and to do all the things that we are here to do, and casting that first stone that just skims across the river, that is creating so many ripples. So if you ever feel like you're not doing enough or you're not making a difference, that's just an illusion. That's just a false evidence appearing real. It's not real, because you doing anything is always making a difference. It's always making a ripple effect. You showing kindness to someone, you listening to someone's opinion who's different from you, you holding the door open for someone. Not all of it makes a difference, And I know we're all kind of still shelter in place. Some of us are, but either way, whether you're at home or in the streets, you're making a difference, And so make sure that difference that we make is one that we want to be remembered for, one that is going to illuminate and bring in positivity for the collective good, the collective human experience, right? So there's a lot of energy going on, and there's a lot of things being illuminated. What's done in the dark will come to light eventually. So just be aware of that. If you're feeling a lot of sluggish energy or just feeling blase blah, just know that it'll pass. Know that it is just all of the planetary alignments in the world at large, and society and everything else that is crumbling. It is all dismantling the karmic baggage. It's all just filtering out. And it's perfectly normal, It's okay to get rest. I know a lot of us have been groomed to think that doing more means being more. But let me just say, you can never add more to your value, because your value is inherently yours. And there's no amount of good work or good deed or being seen or doing more or being quote unquote more productive that will add to that. You're just perfectly imperfect where you are, perfectly just as you are. The masterpiece that's a work in progress. So I just want to say that just know that you're free. Know that that is actually yours to have. Excuse me. And I think that a lot of us can feel like we're not free because we live in a world that tries to paint the illusion that we aren't. I know so many times in my life I would just feel like, is this really life? Is this really it? Like this, there has to be more. It just felt so trapping. It felt so entrapment and just day-to-day breathing, living. And we get stuck in these cycles of these conditions that are so false. So go out there and create the change you want to see. If there's a dream that you want to have or be or do, and you feel like, well, no one in my family did it, so I can't do it, or it's not possible, we're free from all those limiting beliefs. We're as free as we choose to be, and that's why I said, even if you're physically in bondage, no one can control your thoughts. No one can control what's in your heart. No one can take away the pure essence of your soul. So embody that, show that to the world, A lot of things are being uncovered right now. And part of that uncovering is you, who you truly are, who your soul is. Take off the mask of deception that the world placed upon you. Take off the mask of perfection that your parents placed on you. Take off the mask of criticism and judgment. Take off all of those layers and get to who we truly are at the root of it, where we can be autonomous and whole and accepted just as we are, free from the expectations of men, free from any self-deprecating behaviors, any self-sabotaging behaviors, any ways that we limit ourselves. Let us all be liberated. So as we celebrate our independence, let us celebrate the true essence of our freedom that no one can take away from you. And shout out to all my independent people. There is a saying that you're not a full adult. Well, I don't necessarily agree with this. So if this is your case, no shame, no condemnation, none of that. But there is a saying that if you are not financially free from your parents, you are not an independent person. Now, times are rough, so that might have been true way back in the day. And I do think there is a certain liberation when you can be independent from anyone else. You're not dependent or attached to any outcome or to any particular person or situation, because I do believe that fosters the self-confidence needed to gravitate those experiences. However, most Americans are not living that way. Most people in the world are not living that way right now, because as the value increases, so does the worth, I guess. So a lot of things seem so much harder as the generations go, but I do believe that's going to have a reversal effect in the coming years. So all I'm saying is keep going, putting one foot in front of the other. No harsh judgments on yourself. Be kind to yourself. Speak highly of yourself and know that you're making strides to gaining your independence, your freedom, your human rights. And just remember that no one can take away your freedom, and focus your energy on that. So whether you feel financially free, or if you feel dependent in other areas, just know that that's okay. Honor where you are and know that that's not where you're always going to be. So freedom is our birthright, people. And I am free to share this knowledge with you, and I'm so glad about it. And I hope that you guys will find and tap into the freedom that is always residing within you, because we are always free. We're always free to choose anything we decide. One choice can change your entire life. So take your freedom, let it shine, live your life like it's golden, and remove any shackles that you've placed on yourself or that others have attempted to place on you, because we are as free as we choose to be. So I hope you guys are enjoying this. I am back in action for season 6, and feel free to drop me a line. Let me know what topics you want to hear. Any feedback, anything. Please share these messages with those who you think may benefit from them. I appreciate you all listening. Very grateful. So let's get it. Season 6. Thank you all for tuning in. I hope you all enjoy wherever you are. Day, morning, night, midnight, evening, etc. Have a great day. Remember to always breathe it in and breathe it out. Until next time.